What's up, everybody? What it do? I'm Dick. This is Dictate the Day, and I have a good one for you. Some of these clips I got, fire. Pure fire. Pure fire. I don't have a better descriptive word right now. Yes, reality morphing. Yes, disturbing. Of course, crazy. Some of them I'm a little worried about showing, but I'm going to show them anyway. Hey! I'm fired up, too. Fucking fired up. You know how I like to do it. I'm going to get myself in the mode, and we're going to get right into it. I got a lot of stuff to do today. So let's get this fire up, shall we? Let's go!
But you're my new favorite drug. Enter into my blood. Run with my toxic love. Look how you make me happy. You take a hold of me. You take a hold of
Okay. Alright, let's get serious. Let's get serious here. My bad. My emotional baggage. Okay, this first clip I have, it's from one of my faves. It's the Toilet Time Media dudes. And I heard about this a little bit because I'm in the wavelength of crazy clips. But I didn't realize the severity of this place in Phoenix. It's a medical donation facility that takes... I'm trying to be careful here how I say it. You know what? I'm just going to run the clip and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Man, this is horrible. Horrible. Here we go. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Dictate the Day. Let's go.
The FBI found bodies sewn together like Frankenstein in a human chop shop in Arizona.
Described as unsettling, but it sounds a whole lot worse. One FBI agent revealing what it was really like inside the Phoenix body donation facility. In 2014, he saw everything from buckets of heads, arms, and legs when the FBI raided the building.
Confused and angry. We thought this was going to be doing some good.
He even spotted a smaller head sewn onto a larger torso in a, quote, Frankenstein manner. Body parts piled on top of each other inside Biological Resource Center, where families donated their loved ones for medical research. Some say the company violated everything they promised. The limbs, according to that agent, with no apparent identification. The company sued months after the FBI raided families claiming their loved ones weren't treated with dignity and respect, a promise written on their own consent forms. The company also accused of selling body parts for profit after saying they'd only use the parts they needed and would cremate the ones they didn't and return them. A torso with a head apparently went for $2,400, a leg about $1,100. They'd even sell knees and feet alone for under $500.
The FBI found bodies sewn together.
Okay, I got a couple questions. As you should, right? Like, when you... This is horrible. First of all, what's going on? This needs a way deeper investigation. What are these people doing? And I guess on a common sense level, yes, there's like medical schools and, things of that nature, science departments that do experiments and, training, learning. Doctors need cadavers to operate on. It's a part of medical school. I get that. But that weird Frankenstein stuff where they're, what? And yeah, when you donate your loved one's body to science, never doing that, by the way, because you never know what they're going to do to it. Like what they're doing. Damn, that's horrible. But when you donate your, loved one, family member, whoever it may be, do you get a check? Because they're making money off this. Do you get, this is going to sound horrible, but like royalties off of the, I mean, what is going on? And I never thought about it before. Never thought about it this deep, but I guess some of this could be legitimate and normal, but some of the details of like how they were treating the body parts and whatnot, like disrespectful. Real disrespect. Okay, let's keep going. Like I said, I got a bunch of stuff to do today. Let's roll on. Or as Spanian would say, if you don't know what Spanian is, I talk about it all the time. Check out this YouTuber. He already has like a cajillion followers, but les oj, lads. Les oj.
This is what's going to happen in the next crash. It's going to happen pretty soon. Obama signed something, thanks Obama, to where he made you an unsecured creditor. And what this means is the next crash not going to be a bail out. It's going to be a bail in. This is called the Frank Dodd Act.
Explain it. Bail in? Like, what do you mean by that?
So Obama signed the Dodd-Frank Act in which he saw the 08 crash, right? Never can happen again. So to withstand that and sustain that for the next crash, bail in is going to happen. So when the banks got bailed out last time, right? The bail in is where he makes everybody who has a bank account become an unsecured creditor. So when you deposit your money, guess what happens when there's a crash? Take it out. That's what the Dodd-Frank Act is. That's what he signed. To where, you know, the banks don't have to get bailed out and scramble. No, we just have we have the money in the accounts already. This already happened.
So they're going to take everybody's money?
Yeah. When a crash happens and it's catastrophic and they can't print their way out of it anymore, what do you think they're going to take next?
That will cause a revolution.
Or a complete dystopian future to where we don't own anything.
Is that in the works?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think they're going to be able to pull it off?
I mean, this already happened in Greece as well. Like, there's historical data that shows there's been bail-ins.
Hey, remember, just because I just remembered, entertainment only. YouTube, do you hear me? Entertainment. I'm pretending. And what an idea. Allegedly, this could be a thing. Sorry, here we go. Entertainment.
Across the world, there's people throwing their money in the street because it's not worth anything. Like, we're $35 trillion in debt. Do you think we're gonna get out of that debt?
I don't even know how all that works. Like, how
are we in debt to who? China? Who are we in debt to?
Well,
or is it England? What's going on?
We kicked the can down the road for so long, and it's at a breaking point right now. We had a lot of greedy politicians and presidents and all these people in government who just pretty much sold us out. Why do you think we're selling so much shit? We really don't produce anything anymore. We're always selling shit in America.
We so don't.
With this act in place, with the national debt, which is, you can't recover it from that, what do you think is gonna happen? It is now, right now, cheaper to rent than own a home right now. How do you get ahead? Where's the American dream at that point? We're priced out. The middle class is done for. You're gonna get crushed by AI, the national debt. There's too much on top.
I don't know if there's a way back. How can you tell somebody who paid $700,000 for a house to sell it cheaper than that, even though the house might not be even worth that?
Right.
Unless there's like a complete collapse.
I believe this is why Trump is really trying to set up America to be the crypto capital of the world. Not only to, you know, push forward innovation, he's trying to get out of that debt. That's what he's doing. He's going to use crypto to try to get out of that debt.
Shout out Maverick Approach. Love those guys. Check them out. But yeah, housing market is trash. And if you rent, most of us rent. I rent. It's crazy expensive, and it's only getting worse. And you know, I try to live my life in a positive nature. Can't change the past. Can't change the future. Try to stay in the now. It's key to success, especially in this time that we're in. But yeah, it's a hot mess. And I mean, when I attempt to think about what path that we take to, you know, right this ship, get us back on a, you know, a course of success, it's pretty bleak. It's bleak. But hey, we're alive and we're kicking. 2 eyes, pardon me. 2 legs, 2 arms. We're in here doing the damn thing. Let's keep it rolling. This is all just entertainment. All right, come on. If anything, and I say this a lot because a lot of the clips that I show are, floating around through somewhat of mainstream media, somewhat, trickle through the socials. That's what I'm doing now. I'm dumping the trickle on you. And I hate to say I'm part of the problem, but literally entertainment. I find this stuff so intriguing. And I'm trying to intrigue and spark your thought process. But it could all be distractions. One of the reasons I show these is to keep an open mind and to go, well, we do have some of this stuff that we can see. Supposedly it has been hidden and now it's exposed and, the snake has shed its skin and all the things. But yeah, keep an open mind. You never know. 3i Atlas could be coming to save us. Let's keep it positive, okay? Let's keep it positive. We'll be using some galactic Bitcoin. I don't know. Bitcoin's kind of confusing to me. Although I have a portion. Got some of that Cardano too. I'm not going to get into crypto. All right, here we go. Let's roll.
Oh, good. Russian state media is claiming that they can generate a 500-meter high radioactive tsunami. Let's find out how they can do that. I don't know if you guys are tracking on the Poseidon torpedo or not, but this thing was kind of leaked publicly in 2015 through a TV broadcast and then formally announced by President Vladimir Putin. And essentially what it is a unmanned underwater vehicle that's both a submarine and a torpedo that can stealthily navigate the ocean and then detonate wherever Russia wants to send it, essentially. That's what they're claiming. Apparently, the thing's approximately 20 meters long, can travel up to 100 knots or 185 kilometers per hour. And as far as its range is concerned, well, it's, there's no way to really tell because it's propelled by nuclear power. So it could be, there's estimates in 10,000 kilometers potentially. It's got a very low acoustic signature. There's nobody on board. It could loiter indefinitely underwater practically. But anyway, on October 29th of 2025, Putin announced a huge success in testing Poseidon during an informal meeting with wounded soldiers at a Moscow hospital. The test, which was conducted on October 28th from an unnamed carrier submarine, marked the full first activation of this nuclear propulsion unit after launch via booster motor, which allows it to operate independently underwater for an unspecified duration. Now, Putin emphasized that its unmatched power and claims it surpasses Russia's Sarmat intercontinental ballistic missile, boasting that there is, quote, nothing like this globally with no interception possible. Now, some people are speculating that this led President Donald Trump to talk about doing more nuclear testing, but I'll leave that to you to decide. Oh, good. Russian state media.
Man, why do we got to make these things? Yeah, it's crazy. There's a theory out there that the idea of nuclear weapons is like a conspiracy theory. Like they don't really exist. My wife and I just watched House Full of Dynamite. It's on Netflix. It's pretty entertaining as far as movies go today, because they kind of, but it's got a theme of, nuclear stuff in it. No spoiler alerts. I just check it out. It's worthy. But it is a little like any movie, any information like this, I'm always like, why did we do this? Just because we could? Yeah. Here we go. Let's keep it rolling.
Okay guys, pretty major breaking news. For the first time in over 30 years, the United States, the only country in history to have ever used a nuclear weapon at war, will begin testing those weapons once again. Now, America stopped testing in 1992, but Trump, actually on his way to go meet President Xi of China, he just ordered the US military to resume testing US nuclear weapons once again in order to keep pace with other countries doing the same, such as Russia and China. And the interesting part about this is that this comes just days after Russia tested a new type of weapon, which is nuclear powered, and they say that it can stay in the air for about 15 hours. They claim that it has unlimited range, can pierce just any defense shield is a weapon that, again, Russia claim only they have, and most notably, Putin actually ordered for this weapon to be deployed. Now, Trump was pissed about this. He denounced Putin for testing this weapon, and then days later, he's now announced testing of his own, which is significant because testing nukes was ended alongside the official ending of the Cold War. So, here we are again. What do you guys think? Okay, guys,
You know, I put this up after the one I just did. And then I said, you know, I don't know why we do this. This is like a pissing contest between the big superpowers. Yeah, I just, man, we need to do better. That's where I'm going to leave that. We need to do better. All right, here we go.
China is building up, man. They used to say that we would always be ahead. Now I keep hearing they'll be caught up to us in 5 years. Trump just said it a couple days ago. So it's inevitable, and that's scary. You know, they got satellites in space stalking all of our satellites. Stalking is the words they use. They've admitted it, top generals, that we have Russian and Chinese satellites following our satellites' every movement. With everything that's going on in this world right now, the stalking of satellites, the embedding in critical infrastructure,
supply chain crisis, buying our farmland, buying land next to military bases, the bot farms,
influencing us. And you know what that tells me is this world might not be as stable as we really think it is. China is building up.
I went down a deep rabbit hole with this one. And I may do some videos later. But what that guy said at the very end on the Sean Ryan podcast, that's what that clip is from. You know, he talked about the bot farms and, you know, everything that we see on social media and how we feel the world is going, you know, and the media kind of controls that perception of everything. And he said it may not be as stable as we think. Man, yes, China among other countries, but China especially owns a ton of farmland. And then Bill Gates. And then, you know, I'll let you do your research. And then he talked about, you know, China being up to par with us on all kinds of levels, military, tech, all that kind of stuff. Some things surpassed in the tech region. If you get a chance, when you're done watching my video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Google what the Chinese bomb 61 is. I don't have any clips of it today. I may do it in the future. I believe it's called Missile 61 or Bomb 61 or something like that. It's crazy. Okay, here we go. Let's keep it going. Did you see this? Blue dogs found in Chernobyl, October 2025. Look at it. What? And I guess it's from the radiation? And so there's all kinds of animals that are there in Chernobyl that have been existing since that whole thing happened, nuclear fallout. I don't remember what year, 50, 60, something like that. Yeah. Blue dogs. Why did that happen? Strange though, right? It makes me think of the blue roofs in Hawaii, if you remember that thing, how nothing blue burned. Maybe that's some weird genetic adaptation to continue to survive. I don't know. Crazy. Okay, let's go. Rolling. Mysterious UFO spotted along the U.S. coast. Look at this thing. This is from Newsweek. About a week ago. Entertainment. It looks like it's changing colors. Right? Am I tripping? You can't see it, but over on the caption on this, it says recent reporting by UFO tracking app Enigma, I didn't even know that was a thing, reveals that thousands of sightings of unidentified submersibles. So is that in the water? Is that above the water? You know, because they say the Congress meeting said interdimensional stuff is coming from the water. And if you're going to hide on our planet, there's more water than anything. and we don't really go there a lot. Can't really go super deep because we're soft, mushy water bags ourselves, and we can't equalize, all the things. So a great place to hide would be in the water. Whoa. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to set this up a little bit. Shout out Casper Sight, one of my favorite dudes right here. I mean, love this guy. Love his attitude. Love his content. Check out his channel, Casper Sight. This is from supposedly, and I've seen this for a while. Like, I think this was given to us back in 2018, and it's supposed to be from, like, I don't know, the 60s or something, and it was leaked. And this is supposed to be a real interview with, I don't know, is that a Gray? I don't know. Why does the voice gotta sound so scary, yo? I kind of like it, but it is kind of scary. Okay, let me restart it. I mean, dude, listen what he says. Earth.
This freaks me right out, mate. This could be the fakest thing ever in the existence of fake videos.
True.
Okay? But it does freak me out. Imagine if this was 100% legit, mate.
You told us you traveled, and I quote, thousands of light years to get here.
Yes.
Tell us the truth, or another reason.
What?
So I take it aliens took over our future, right? Sort of human.
Oh, mate, this is weird, man. This is so weird.
Okay, so you evolved from us. So what are you doing?
So you evolved from us. See, the thing is, I don't want to look into it too much because in my head I'm thinking this has got to be so bullshit. But the thing is, this is the problem nowadays, right? And maybe this is a plan. Feed us with so much information, real and fake, real and fake, real and fake. When you throw in the real stuff, people don't know if it's real or fake. So, literally, the world could show us anything they want. We're just going to be totally oblivious to it all, right? Yeah, it's fake, innit? Yeah, CGI. Yeah, it's a puppet. Well, you know? You just don't know. That's the problem.
Crazy, right? I totally agree. I think that this gentleman's actual name is Ben. Ben here, Casper Sight. Yeah. Especially now with the socials and the technology and everyone has cameras and AI exists and we're just bombarded with different forms of media and like as I curate these videos sometimes this is my exact thought process is I'm like because I try to do everything grain of salt and there is a tidbit of truth in everything and I believe that even when you know somebody's like bold-faced lying to your face or you're seeing something you know is I try to allow myself to go, okay, but not necessarily what if, but maybe there is something in there that I can take and use, in a positive method or steer me in a way as I research or try to find out, the truth. Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. I keep on forgetting I'm on a time crunch. It's good to be with y'all, though. Hail to the yeah. Let's go. Let's Oj.
Qualified immunity. Make sure that they're
Okay, this is upsetting. I got to set it up, though. Although they're showing this happened recently, this police dog that's posing in the camera with the law enforcement officer entertainment, allegedly attacked an arrested person. And in court, usually the way lawyers will work is they seek precedents in cases like back in 1955, Supreme Court versus such and such, you know, the precedent for this case, and so now there's a judgment corresponding, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But watch this. Qualified immunity scam. Holy shit. I had no idea. All right.
Ever going to get prosecuted. And here's some cases in case you didn't know.
These are just a few cases that demonstrate how bad it has truly gotten. Corbett versus Vickers, 11th Circuit 2019. Qualified immunity granted for officer who, hunting a fugitive, ended up at the wrong house and forced 6 children, including 2 children under the age of 3, to lie on the ground at gunpoint. The officer tried to shoot the family dog but missed and shot a 10-year-old that was lying face down 18 inches away from the officer. The court held that there was no prior case where an officer accidentally shot a child laying on the ground while the officer was aiming at a dog. So the officer got off. Jessup versus City of Fresno, 9th Circuit 2019. Qualified immunity granted for officers who stole hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash and rare coins from a person while executing a search warrant. The court held that the theft was morally reprehensible, but could find no prior case that addressed these exact specific circumstances. So how were the officers supposed to know that this was a violation of someone's rights? Doe versus Woodard, 10th Circuit 2019. Qualified immunity granted for social worker who strip searched a preschooler without a warrant and photographed her naked body using a county-issued cell phone. The social worker never told the child's mother about the search, and the mother only learned of the search when the child told her mother that she hoped not to see the social worker because, quote, I don't like it when she takes all my clothes off.
Oh, hell
The court
no.
could find a no prior case with similar facts. Baxter versus Bracey, 6th Circuit, 2018. Qualified immunity granted for officers who sent a police dog to attack a man who had already surrendered and was sitting on the ground with his hands in the air.
Listen
The court held that a prior case holding it unconstitutional to send a police dog after a person who surrendered by laying on the ground was not sufficiently similar to this case involving a person who surrendered by sitting on the ground with his hands up.
Qualified immunity. Make sure.
Okay. I mean, it's not hard to open your eyes to our legal system and to know that it has flaws. Like it's broken. It's broken. And I just believe it, but I can't believe it because those are, you know, allegedly all entertainment. That those cases took place. That's why you're able to check them. And just because like the law hasn't been broken in this way and no judgment or no case has ever. So what? How do, like they were saying, the one guy had his hands up instead of handcuffed behind his back, and because there was no case like that, he just got off. Well, now we have a case. Now we know it's wrong. So now there's a judgment we're going to pass, and then therefore in the future, what scam, hustle, my God, allegedly entertainment. Here we go. Jiminy Christmas, bro.
Just because in that fragment, in that snapshot, in that slither, all we see is some humans with stone tools in caves, doesn't mean that nothing else was happening. So,
well, a good piece of evidence to that would point in that direction is Egypt, because Egypt, even if you accept the conventional timeline of Egypt, which is 2500 BC for the Great Pyramid, go look at the rest of the world at 2500 BC. You don't see anything like that. Nothing even close.
yeah, they were clearly, even if you kind of look at the conventional model of history, the ancient Egyptians were wildly ahead of everyone else.
Everyone.
It's just so weird. It's like,
so weird.
And that's if you, and the conventional model doesn't really give us any explanations of how they were doing what they were doing.
And they arrogantly dismiss any other explanations, which is really weird. When you're talking about these immense structures that are baffling.
Yeah.
Absolutely baffling to anybody who's being honest.
Yeah.
What is your take on these Italian researchers that are looking at the tomography and they're looking at these things that they believe are underneath the Great Pyramid and some other structures?
I'm going to stop it. What they're talking about, the Italian scientists, they have that new thing. It's like a satellite in space or whatever, and they can see underneath the ground, and they're talking about those giant, I have some clips on a previous video. There's supposed to be these massive, multiple kilometer, like, pillars that have these wires around them, and like the pyramid is way bigger than we expected and all these things. They're talking about the legitimacy of that, and here we go.
Structures in Egypt.
Yeah, the kind the what's it called, like SARS Toppler. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm always a little bit suspicious when you make sensationalist claims with new technology, and that doesn't mean it's wrong. That just
you have to be suspicious because it's bonkers.
It's
I
crazy.
mean, if what they're saying is 2 kilometers deep underneath the Great Pyramid, there's structures. and there's hundreds of meters of these pylons, these pillars that are in uniform positions with some sort of a coil wrapped around them. Like,
Yeah.
what is that? What is that real? And they reproduce it in multiple different scans, but I don't know what they're seeing. I don't understand the technology, understand where the errors could be, like what could possibly cause it to glitch like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would love it to be true, obviously, because, you know.
I would love it.
Can you imagine?
That's the problem. The problem is the same problem that I have with UFOs and everything else.
You want it to be true.
100%. So it really clouds my judgment. And then I have to get my, analytical mind to say, shut up.
Yeah.
Let's look at this honestly.
But I mean, I think, there's definitely something below the Giza Plateau. Like, that's always been written about in ancient sources, and these kind of scans, and then people you have stories of people going down into labyrinths that aren't, accepted by Egyptology, and there's definitely massive mysteries surrounding Giza and the construction of the pyramids and what could potentially be below the pyramids. And this kind of new pyramid scan project has the potential, I think, to, make big progress in understanding what is below Giza. But I don't know, until there's better data out there, I'm not going to, jump to any conclusions and declare that this is like evidence of, a lost advanced technology civilization or anything
No,
like that.
you can't. But
just because in that
in the first part of this, they talked about how, ancient Egypt was way ahead technology, how they build the pyramids, how they do all that stuff, the Sphinx, and, all the things. This is just my thought process. And it's not 100%. I'm willing to change my mind at any moment. If you can prove me otherwise, please do so in the comments. I dare you. I don't think necessarily the Egyptians were the ones that built it. I think maybe after one of these big resets happened on Earth, whatever that is, a flood, a pole shift, a comet, whatever it is, because that's still a mystery to me too. I think to most. But I think whoever survived as we traveled and continued to maintain even a small population in little pockets all over the world, they discovered these pyramids. And there is some evidence of them, adding structures to the structure that were nowhere near the scientific advancement, the measurement capabilities, the perfection in the masonry and all the things. Why didn't they do it like it was done before? I don't think they did it originally. That's just me. Entertainment. That's it. Let's go. Next.
Tartarian Empire. Biggest conspiracy is a very, very advanced civilization that is only fueled as conspiracy. Like it's historians, modern day historians have all debunked it. They all say, oh, that's not true, that's not whatever. But there's actual maps that say Tartary, Tartaria, Tartarian, all this on it. There's all these buildings that have the same influence and built same way and look the same all around the world, all in the same time era. But there's no proof and there's no homage being paid to the makers, and it's all just it was all coincidence.
What makes people think that it was real? There's actual buildings.
There's physical maps that say Tartaria on it. There's all these buildings with the same layouts, everything, all over the world.
Yeah.
And it's majority of these were built before like power tools. Tartarian Empire.
This is another great rabbit hole to go down. I'm going to do a more in-depth piece in the future for sure. I think it's great. But if you do any research on like the world fairs back in the day and some of the technology that they had and their ability to build these massive things and, so quick. And then some of the architecture, you'll see some in my next clip, that supposedly was done back when all we had was horse and carts and a chisel and hammers, you know what I mean? And the perfection, and I don't mean it's perfect, but it's damn near, on a measurement level. The intricate carvings, the shapes, the fact that the way these things move around, from the Aztecs to some of the classic buildings to like even the Capitol buildings that are in most cities, all entertainment. It's crazy. And we can't do anything like this today. And this is that same theory I was just talking about the Egyptians stumble on to some things. Whether the resets or whatever happens, you know, you can check any major city experienced a huge fire, and then all this awesomeness was pretty much lost. The Great Fire of Chicago, the Great Fire in New York, the Great, you know, all these kind of things. And maybe entertainment, it's, for lack of a better descriptive word, the cabal, the ones that want to control what we see and what we believe, they're getting rid of that past that says that they were smarter than us. And now you have to look to us because we're the smart ones. Just saying, just a thought, putting a little brain teaser in there. Okay, check this one.
So apparently this castle, Prague Castle, was built in the year 880.
Look at that.
Which I can't even begin to work out how many hundreds of years before the first power tool that was. And this castle is 250 metres above sea level. So what I'm expected to believe is that the good people of Prague got all these materials 250 metres above sea level before electric motors even existed, so horse and cart, and then they did all this with hand and chisel. You've got to be taking the piss, mate. So apparently this...
What he said. Look at that awesomeness. The stuff we build today, boxes. You know what I mean? Cookie cutter. Bing, 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 bing. Sure, you could say it would take too long and we don't have that kind of time and society's growing, so we got to put everybody in a box. This is a good one to think about. This is kind of a great little rabbit hole to start with, the Tartarian thing, and, you know, whatever. Crazy. Okay, here we go.
How is it this 1965 refrigerator has more features than a modern fridge? Check this out.
We start with the most ingenious door in any refrigerator. It has special places for bottles, spreadable butter, cheeses, even leftovers, and a big picture window hydrator for fruits and vegetables. It tilts down to show you your supply at a glance. And it also lifts out.
What?
So you can take it over to the sink when there's a fresh supply to be washed and put away.
Hell
but that's just the door. Think of all you can store in here on these big firm shelves that roll all the way up to you, so you can get at the food in back without moving anything in front. And how about your frozen things? Oh yes, there's a place for them too, in this big food freezer. Even your ice cubes have a special place for storage, right here. And watch how they get there. You just take out a tray, turn it over, and push. You get a shower of ice cubes, all frosty dry and ready to use.
Just the fact that the ice trays self-eject and that you can remove the veggies onto the bench and pull out the trays and see all the food inside the fridge is brilliant. Why do we not have these features today? How is it this 1965
1965. I wish my refrigerator had just a couple of those things. And if you have had, like, I'm almost 50, so my grandparents, my parents, you know, they had heirlooms from this time and, you know, stuff that survived, you know, time and whatnot. And if you ever played with a toy from back then or just anything, a piece of their technology or whatever, it was so tough. It was solid. It lasted a long time. Like even the vehicles, solid steel, like legit. That refrigerator could probably save your life if you hollowed it out and got inside it. You know, like that scene in Indiana Jones when, because they're lead lined to protect him. I don't know if that would legit work, but I'm just saying, stuff from that time was way better, way tougher. Now everything we have is like planned obsolescence. It's gonna fail or go bad in a year, and you're gonna have to buy a new one. Consume. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's go. Roll on. I don't know if this is real. This, I assume this is from a Spanish TikToker, Mr. Misterios is the channel name. This is supposed to be 3i Atlas passing past the sun. And scientists did say that this thing, this comet, whatever this is, did turn blue after it passed by the sun. That looks pretty bluish to me. I'm colorblind, but really cool picture though. Okay, I could watch this forever. I don't know why this is so visually appealing to me. And I don't know what this Massa Duel effect, I don't know what that says. If you know what that says, put that in the comments. That'd be cool of you. No manches way. Okay, Check this one. Check this one. And once again, this all could be AI, entertainment, whatever. Check the next one.
So we have been waiting for high-resolution images of 3i Atlas to be released. Well,
Look, I'm sorry this is all cut off. Sometimes TikTok or some of these other clips will be way wider, and I shoot all these live. I don't edit. So what you can't see over here is a dude in an anonymous mask, and these are, whatever. But watch this clip.
well, they were. And it wasn't an agency trying to be nice and inform the public. It was a hacker of Anonymous, so stick around, because I am about to show you 2 videos, and trust me when I say this, these are legit. They are 100% real.
I don't know.
The only thing I know about this hacker is that he is from Japan, and he really put himself out there by releasing these images, because what you're about to lay your eyes on is nothing more than outstanding. And upon watching them, there will be absolutely not knowing what Atlas is. Their videos are not of a comet, nor of an asteroid. They plain as day show you alien technology. 3i Atlas is an alien ship, or perhaps many ships. Let's cut the chat and have a look now.
Look at that. Is this for real?
That's 100% authentic footage of 3i Atlas. Now let's have a look at the second video clip.
Bro. I have seen images that supposedly this is 3i Atlas.
Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You won't find BS on my channel. I don't play that game. And if I ever make a mistake, I'll be the first to admit it. But what you just saw was truly 3i Atlas. Does that resemble any kind of comet or asteroid? Not at all.
Hell no.
Michael Leonard out.
Yeah,
so we have been
Michael
waiting
Leonard
for high-resolution images of 3i. Let's cut the chat. 100% authentic footage of 3i Atlas.
I was gonna see if I can. All these little things and the amount of light reflecting,
Thoughts in the. Be the first to admit it. But what you just saw was truly 3i Atlas. Does that resemble any?
No, it does not.
Tell me your thoughts.
Look at the. I don't know.
Tell me your thoughts in the.
Crazy. Yeah, I can't. And 3i Atlas is still a thing. Still all these theories, all these things. Man, all right, let's go.
What do you think? Do y'all remember when this was caught on a drum, mermaids swimming in pods?
I don't know if this
then
is
they
real.
said it was dolphins because the video was getting too much recognition. Now it's hard to even find this video anywhere. There was so many of them, and they were swimming so fast. I try to slow it down as much as I can.
Yeah, look
but
real
these
close.
are the pictures I got.
Look at that. They have arms and whatnot. Like, what kind of fish is that?
You will see these are not dolphins.
It looks like hair off their head.
I would have loved to be inside that boat. I wish he could tell his story. I know whoever driving that boat saw something. These are dolphins swimming in pods. Do you see the difference?
I do see a difference. It's supposed to be mermaids, y'all. I can't believe I'm doing a video on mermaids. This is as far as like cryptids go.
I don't know why she's whispering. Was caught on a drum, mermaids swimming in pods. For whatever reason. Then they said it was dolphins because the video was getting too much recognition. To slow it down as much as I can.
Yeah,
But these are the pictures.
If you have the ability on your device, however you're watching this, to zoom in on the shots where the action is moving, if you zoom in and make the picture wider, it does kind of look like mermaids. It definitely doesn't look like the shots of the big dolphin pods. Crazy, I know. Watch this next one.
Okay, something really strange is going on with our oceans, and the wildlife is not just reflecting that, but showing us that it will only continue to get weirder. About a year ago, multiple reports came out talking about how whales were gathering up in mass before beaching and unaliving themselves, and no one had an explanation for this. Well, fast forwarding to this year, multiple deep sea fish have been washing up on shores around the world, swimming in shallow waters, and in some instances, while still living, jumping out on dry land. Both the anglerfish and the oarfish, which are known for living thousands of feet deep in the ocean, have been spotted while still living on dry land or in shallow water. And it's getting to a point where even scientists are starting to think that this is a warning for something. Now, what these creatures are specifically trying to warn us about, I couldn't tell you, but theories have been circulating, from some believing that there is a creature deep in the ocean that is scaring the fish to the surface, to others believing that this is humanity's fault for pumping frequencies into the ocean in search for oil and precious materials. Regardless, there is definitely something very strange happening in our oceans. But leave a like and let me know in the comments what you think's going on. Okay.
First of all, I wouldn't touch anything from deep sea. It could be poisonous, sting you, who knows. There's several theories about this. So sorry. Yes, he was talking about, man drilling for oil and submarines that ping and stuff. It's supposed to be real annoying to the sea life, to where they just want to escape because it's like a constant annoying, because submarines use sonar and stuff. Could be that. Could be the underwater drilling and us looking for precious metals and oil and whatnot. Could be from underwater activity. But also, now that we know, according to Congress, entertainment allegedly, that these UAPs, these interdimensional beings, are underneath the water, what if? Some people think it's a giant Leviathan that's being awakened, and all the deep sea stuff is like, we got to get out of here. I don't know. Put in the comments what you think. Watch this one, though.
New York Post just reported that there's thousands of USO sightings happening off coastlines, right? Thousands of unidentified submerged objects, USOs, are lurking off American coastlines and beyond, right? So on the Enigma app, there are thousands upon thousands, like 30,000 in total so far sightings that people have logged on the app, and it's about a 50-50 split of things being seen over land and then things coming out of the ocean, and more often than not, people see strange things coming in and out of the ocean. Now, a major thing we are experiencing right now is unexplainable lights underwaters, right?
What is that?
And this isn't just from civilian, this is from military to navy to civilian as well, seeing green lights either appearing, descending in and out of the water, or basically staying under the water, moving around unexplainably, and then darting off at ridiculous speeds. And this has been reported for the longest time. And also, none of this stuff picks up on any radar, right? Fishermen as well, and there's so many pieces of footage of this sort of strange phenomena happening, and it usually coincides around earthquakes, hurricanes, and sort of like major disaster events, or even solar activity. We've had a major geomagnetic storm. Again, we get an influx of plasmoids or things in the ocean. So yes, very strange to say the least, and the amount of stuff that he's picking up at the minute is very significant. What do you guys think? You let me know down below. New York Post just reported that
something's in the water, I swear. Crazy. The more I do research on all the different fun stuff that I like to bring and show you, what's happening? What is happening? It just makes me think, what am I going to title this video? Watch this.
It sounded like a joke until Albania's Prime Minister said it with a straight face. Edi Rama has announced that Diela, the world's first AI minister, is pregnant. And her 83 children are not humans but algorithms, one for each Socialist Party MP. Unveiled in Berlin, Rama's vision is pure political theatre. Each AI child will sit beside lawmakers, record every word, brief them on what they missed, and whisper who to counter-attack. And Diela's digital brood, he says, will be ready by 2026. Just weeks ago, Diela, whose name means sun, was appointed as Albania's Minister of State for Artificial Intelligence. A virtual figure in traditional Albanian attire, she was tasked with cleansing the country's notoriously murky procurement system, promising 100% transparency and zero corruption. Now, whether Diela's children become watchdogs or weaponized whisperers remains to be seen. But for now, Albania has crossed a threshold few dared to imagine. And the question isn't if AI can govern, but whether democracy can survive when its newest ministers don't breathe, blink, or forget. It sounded like a joke until Albania's prime minister said it would.
I will say this, the Albanian flag, super dope. I used to work for some Albanian people at a restaurant. Really cool people too, man. I love their sense of family and honor, and really cool people. Really, really cool. What? The AI is pregnant with 83 babies. Who did that? Who is baby daddy? And does he have to pay child support? No, just kidding. Why would the AI say it's pregnant? Why wouldn't it just say, I created things to help me? Wait till you see this next one. I'm running out of time. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to have to read this to you. Okay, because this guy doesn't talk. This is Alien Seas on TikTok, like Seas, S-E-E-S. Watch this. I'm going to pause each one of these and read it to you. It's absolutely crazy. This is all entertainment. Watch this. Okay. I don't know how old you are. It says on my analytics that most of my viewers are my age, so you remember Windows 95, right? Windows 95 was never just an operating system. What if it was humanity's first digital behavior experiment? Watch. When millions of users installed Windows 95, they unknowingly agreed to something hidden deep in the license. We never read that stuff, especially back then. Watch this. Even more so now. What am I talking about? We never read the thing. I agree. A clause allowing telemetry for performance and optimization. A leaked 1996 memo from within Microsoft's now defunct Cognitive Interface Division mentions a project called Observer Key Entertainment. Allegedly designed to study predictive impulse mapping, how people react before they even click. This is from 1995. Over the years, those same UX signals were quietly absorbed into newer systems, Cortana, smart TVs, phones, even cars, all refining the same predictive model. It's been going on for a hot minute. Entertainment, allegedly. In early 2025, security researchers traced strange encrypted packets from old legacy servers still pinging user data. From Windows 95 installations that haven't been online in decades. The packets match the patterns used in modern AI sentiment training data sets, the same one used by large tech firms today. Yeah. Wow. Okay, last one. Here we go.
My name is Bernd, and today we're launching Neo, our humanoid for the home.
Neo is a humanoid companion designed to transform your life at home. It combines AI and advanced hardware to help with daily chores and bring intelligence into your everyday life. Neo's hardware comes packed with features like human-level dexterity and a 55-pound carrying capacity so that it can handle any of your chores reliably. We also worked really hard to make Neo's design friendly and comfortable to be around. Each Neo comes with a machine-washable knit suit, a head, and shoes that you can customize to fit your style. Out of the box, the core of your experience is fully autonomous. The Chores feature lets you schedule a time for your Neo to do all of your chores so you can come back to a cleaner home every day. With the AI Companion feature, You can talk to your Neo to get assistance with anything from a hard question to a household task. With Neo's autonomy, you can get access to all of its latest AI features to get help with tasks on demand. And the Neo app lets you interact with your Neo from anywhere.
Pre-order your Neo today at 1x.tech.
20 grand or $4.99 a month.
Hey, I'm Neo. I'm here to help around the house. What's your name?
Harry.
Nice to meet you, Harry.
My name is Bernd, and today we're launching Neo, our humanoid for the whole.
Okay, this thing is now out, and you can buy one. I'm going to sum this up real fast because I'm running out of time again. Still, whatever. Excuse me. So this thing is not AI controlled yet. If you get one of these for your home, I pray for you. First of all, the thing weighs 56 pounds and can lift 150. Okay? That thing could choke slam you if it felt like it. Crazy. Even if you can lift up in the air, it's going to get a hold of you. It's strong as shit. However, this, like I was saying, it's not AI driven yet. It has to learn. It has to learn homes. It's got to learn the task, all that kind of stuff. So the way these things are controlled, the way I understand it, this is just from my research, I don't know, entertainment, is that there is a person. I don't know if they got a virtual headset on or what's going on. I'm sure they're in front of a computer of some sort. And they are the ones controlling the robot. For now, in its infancy, this is how it's going to work. The folding of the clothes, all the things, they're telling the person to do it. I don't know if that person's wearing virtual gloves. I don't know exactly how this works. But I do not want the first model. I don't trust none of this. Okay? Put in the comments if you're going to get one of these. Yeah, and then stay in contact with me because I want to know how that goes. Because this, did you see the thing it comes in? Watch, I'm going to see if I can find it.
As a humanoid, bring intelligence. Use hardware like capacity so that it can handle any purpose reliably. We also worked really those designs.
It's got 4 microphones on it.
The core of your experience.
Look at this. This is the way it comes. This is a Black Mirror episode. It comes in this weird flesh-colored egg-looking thing. No. Okay, y'all, we're done. Can you believe that, though? Holy shnikes. Okay. We did it. And if you made it to the end, thank you. Much love. I really appreciate it. I didn't mean to make this so long, but I had to do a thing, and, whatever. I just wanted to show all those all at once. I may be switching up my format. Instead of making these so long, I may just put up, a bunch of different little videos. I'm working with that schedule-wise, and I'm just going to react to maybe 2 or 3 and then put it up. React to 2 or 3, put it up. We'll see. Coming in the future, possibly in the making. It is Monday. It is the 3rd of November. And I, Mr. Dick, hope for you to take your day. That's the name of the channel. Dictate the day. I'm talking to myself, but I'm encouraging you to do the same. Remember, if you're having issues taking your day, I have this fundamental mantra that I live by. If you've never seen me before, you haven't heard it. And if you watch me all the time, like I said, I love you, thank you very much. And you know what I'm going to say. Spread your love, share your knowledge. If you put those 2 things out in the world, I promise you, you will feel yourself taking or dictating your day. That's it. I'm hoping to give you a little entertainment on your journey through the day, something to think about, something fun, whatever. Maybe you just want to make fun of me because I don't got no shirt on and I haven't shaved in a while, so I'm real fuzzy. I don't care. I still love you. All right, Dick's got a dip. I will see you on the flip. I'm going to get us out of here with a little of that music I played to start. Remember, everyone, I really do appreciate you checking me out, taking the time to do the damn thing. Thank you so very much. Really. Big deal to me. Big deal. I'll be back on Wednesday. And then depending on how the schedule works out, like I said, I may be doing a little abbreviated version of my longer videos. Maybe it'll help me get views. We'll see. Either way, take your day, y'all. Get in there. Put them wins in the bag. Let's go. Yes. Like I said, Dick out. Here we go. Here it comes. My bad. Remix. Woo! We got a whole week, y'all. Let's take this, mother sucker. Let's go. Hydrate. Much love, everybody. Much love.
But you're my new favorite drug. Enter into my blood. Run with my toxic love. Look how you make me happy.
I'll see y'all next time.